Well, funny thing is about hydration packs that, they've really only been around since the early 90s. I mean, you look at guys in motorsport, they used to think sweating and letting that cool you like an air conditioning unit was actually healthy, with no idea about the, adverse performance effects that, they're getting dehydrated had. So anyway, since the early 90s, I guess it's been a bit of a regular thing. By the mid-90s, pretty much everybody on moto and mountain bike, a lot of people walking, I think, is where they start off with these hydration packs. So I guess, it's been the best part of 30 years, so a lot of people sort of take the things for granted. But, you'd have to say Camelback. I think they're the guys, who really made a name and were almost synonymous with hydration packs for a long time. But I think more recently, given that, that people realise that, essentially Camelbacks were made for people going walking and bushwalkers, the action sport world kind of said, well, actually, let's design something that fits, stays on, is actually built specifically for people who jump, fly, twist, backflip, etc. And I think kind of leading the way, I'm obviously alluding to USWE, Swedish brand. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it the right way, USWE. And look, these things they've got, God, I want to say about 20 or 30 models, but I think probably, what they're best known for is this 4-point harness system here. And if for no other reason you're going to take an USWE hydration pack over anything else on the market, it's this thing. They've got some slogan called "No Dancing Monkey," which literally means that you haven't got this thing dancing around on your back when you're going through sort of bumpy terrain. But that in itself's amazing. I mean, the thing's so good, I've actually literally, I know it sounds stupid, been walking around, like when you've got your glasses on your head looking for your glasses, I've been walking around looking for, like, where's my USWE? And it's like, no, shit, it's on. It's literally, it sits there. So it's not down here. If you run a little bit of mud downstairs and you haven't got that one around your stomach. So the thing's super comfortable, heaps of adjustment, as you'd expect. This particular one's a Patriot 9, comes with a 3-litre bladder. $220 odd. When I'm talking about the range, they go anything. This is Josh Green, pro rider. He runs this 1.5, 2 litres for I think $140. Right up to sort of this, which is middle of the line. There's ones with a lot more storage as well. So there's a huge amount of options. That one, obviously, when you don't need anything other than half an hour's worth of hydration. This thing when you want to take some goggles and some other bits and pieces, and maybe even some tools with you as well. So I wear this thing mountain biking. So look, it's super comfortable. Just I guess talking about a couple of the other features that make the USWE thing sort of stand out is the bladder. Bladders are anywhere between sort of 25 and 65 bucks a pop. You can buy them aftermarket if you need one, but you probably don't need to. This just sort of Velcros in place. Cool bladder, just sort of smart stuff. Like it's got this, it's when you go to fill the thing up, it's actually bound together. So instead of turning into a big floppy balloon, the thing actually holds together. It's got a pretty nifty little system on the top, so you can open the thing up and close it again. Piece of piss, and then it kind of just zips into place back in here. I guess the only other difference from the bladder's point of view is instead of having the, we call this the bubbler effect. So I guess it's like you've got to bite it as opposed to, the ones that got the little teat valve. I'd kind of say probably in terms of flow, it's not quite as, doesn't allow quite as much flow as, so the other options with the bite valves. On the plus side, if you just sort of have something leaning against this, it doesn't spill a whole lot of shit along the floor. Only other downside is you probably just got to look after things. I sweat in this thing a lot with a mountain bike, so they're really high quality zippers, and they're kind of cool because they're they're pretty much waterproof, and that's really nice. You got a phone pocket here as well. But what it does mean is if you're sweating a lot into the things and you're not touching the zippers for a while, they do can corrode up. So I just make sure I wash the thing a fair bit, put a little bit of silicone or something like that on the zippers to keep them running smooth. But lightweight, super functional, super efficient. Wouldn't go riding without it.